we make little steps, little ripples in the ocean, and it will become bigger and bigger. And that's what we are hoping. If you look at my website, www.humanityforlove.com, I have placed there that our mission and vision is to change the lives of 10 million people. So when I was 13, I was assigned to the hospital to go and read the Bible to the patients. And it was nice to know that irrespective of religion, they were willing to listen to something about God.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Sushil Grover. I warmly welcome you to another inspiring episode of Voices of Inspiration. Today, we have an honor to host a remarkable guest with us. She is from Indian origin, born in Malaysia, and at present, she has been working in Philippines. She has over four decades of experience in serving humanity, and she started this journey at the age of 13. And she has made a profound impact on the countless lives. She is the founder of Humanity for Love, a global initiative committed to kindness and compassion across borders. She has been working tirelessly for the benefit of women and children. She is a best-selling author of 2 books, namely Break Free to Stand in Your Power and Break Free to Health and Vitality. She is currently preparing a TEDx speech titled There is Love. So to inspire other people, please join me in welcoming this extraordinary individual, Dr. Mary Jones. Welcome, Dr. Mary, to this episode of Voices of Inspiration.
Thank you very much. It's a great pleasure for me to be here with you, Sushil, and also, of course, to tell the world what we can do to change, to be agents of change and bring change to humanity.
Dr. Mary, just tell us something about your background, how you are connected to India, as you are settled born in Malaysia and now working in Philippines, and you have Indian roots. So tell us something about that.
Sure. My parents are from India. To be very exact, they are from Kerala. And how they landed in Malaysia, I'm not really sure, but they were there for over 6 decades, and a new country in a new place. A lot of Indians actually go to the West, but I do not know why my father decided to come to the East. And from there, the 3 of us, myself and 2 siblings, my brother is in the United States and the other brother is in New Zealand. Both of them settled and in their lives, with their lives. How I still feel very connected to India, even though I was born, brought up, and all my life I've been in Malaysia. I feel that that's the reason why actually Humanity for Love is focusing on India, because I feel there's a lot of issues that can be resolved, even though it's going to be difficult. I know that. But we make little steps, little ripples in the ocean, and it will become bigger and bigger. And that's what we are hoping. My language wise, I can speak Malayalam very well. So being in India isn't an issue at all. If I were to go there and talk about social issues, I definitely can. So I'm hoping to do that. Yeah. If you look at my website, www.humanityforlove.com, I have placed there that our mission and vision is to change the lives of 10 million people. Now, if I go to India, I can get my 10 million people. And from there, it can ripple out to the rest of the world.
Great. But tell us, Dr. Mary, because there are certain individuals who start serving at the age of after retirement or after 50s or 40s. But you started your journey at the age of 13. So tell us something about that, how you came into serving first. because in my opinion, I meet most of the people, they say that serving myself first. But you started at the age of 13 serving others. So
Yes.
how this all started?
Okay, that I should say thanks to my alma mater. I studied in a convent run by the Irish nuns in my hometown in Malaysia. Now, I'm a Catholic, so the nuns would always instill in us a core value of serving people at a very young age. So when I was 13, I was assigned to the hospital to go and read the Bible to the patients. And it was nice to know that irrespective of religion, they were willing to listen to something about God. And that really struck me, because we always have this feeling that, okay, Christians will only read the Bible, or the Muslims will read the Quran, like that. But no, when I realized that when people are at that stage, as long as they connect with God, they are very peaceful and happy. And that's also why I had this, and when I saw doctors working, helping people, saving their lives, that also really inspired me to go into the field of medicine. That's where it all started. Yeah.
Right, right. And you talked about this Bible. So just give 2 or 3 main lessons you got from this Bible.
I'm a Roman Catholic, and I'm more based with the Trinity, which we call the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. But of course, when I feel down, when I'm facing challenges, particularly, I remember, I'll share this with you. My father was in India, in Kochi, and he had acute pancreatitis. It was Christmas Day.
Mm-hmm.
And I got a phone call from my brother, and I thought it was a Merry Christmas kind of a phone call. So, and when I took the call, my brother said, "Pack your bags and come right away. Dad is on his deathbed." I was like, "What?" And I was taken aback. At that moment, we were all in such a, because I didn't expect that. Straight away, I went to the Bible, and I have this thing, it was taught to us by the nuns actually. When you're in some kind of a situation, just close your eyes, hold the Bible, and say, "God, open up the passage that I need to read." I opened it up, and it said, "It's not my father's time yet." And I was like, wow, but the doctor said that he's going to go. But I felt that inner peace when I read that. It's like, how can you open it and it's exact passage? Like, what are the odds? So I will always remember that. If someone asks me about the Bible, that's my clearest faith renewal through the Bible, where it opened up and it said, "It's not his time yet." And I felt such peace. And I feel that whenever we are connecting to God, anytime we are at peace, we are on the right track.
Great.
Yeah,
Great.
I like you asked me that question, because it's not that I'm trying to promote the Bible. No, anything, as long as we connect to God and we find our peace, that's already a connection to God.
That's great. I also remember I read this story. Just you talked about that this open the Bible, and that Bible opens a page which you want give you guidance. So I also read one story where one person was just going through hell. He was doing 2 jobs but still couldn't meet the needs of the family. Then he was into 3rd job, and then he went to he saw one application that on Saturdays and Sundays, who are willing to work on Sundays even. So Sundays generally in this abroad, people don't like to work on Sundays. So because that person was in so much need that he went for to work for Sunday also. And when he reached there, and there were only 2 persons, and he was asked to go to a certain room, and there was lying a big table, and just he lied down and very frustrated. And when he came home, he locked his room. And when he locked his room, and then he took pistol in his hand, and then just trigger, he wanted to just pull the trigger. So just when he was going to pull the trigger, just Bible was nearby him. So he thought that let me read the Bible. The page he opened, in that page it was written that your thoughts will take you where you want to go. So at that point of time, that person, what he did was that he said that I have not brought here, my thoughts have not brought here. Then he told to himself that if my thoughts have brought me here, then my thoughts will take me out of here.
Right.
That person became one of the most successful businessmen in the history.
Wow.
So that was your is a real true story, and this story I'm sure that this is also a true story which I have read. So that way, this is the power of Bible. It is nothing to promote. In every religion, we have certain things that where these miraculous decisions you take.
Right.
That's great. So tell us something, Dr. Mary, about what is this humanity for love?
Okay. Humanity for Love is actually a culmination of all the years that I've done, all the work with NGOs in Malaysia, in the Philippines, or in India, or anywhere. Even the little work that I've done, I've also, is something that is a part of my journey. And Humanity for Love, just I feel, is the finale of everything that I've done. That's why actually Humanity for Love is a large project divided into three parts. One is, of course, as stated in the website, where we are trying to get 10 million people to be agents of change. The second part of it is where we're going all out in social media to promote the values, to promote and make changes in social issues. For example, we are having this discussion right now. It's one of the things that I'm going to post in my social media as well, so that we keep talking, we keep sharing, we keep repeating. We can't just tell a person just once, okay, why don't you help that elderly lady who's living alone, buy for her a birthday cake and make her happy. It's not enough. We need to tell people, open up their hearts, which is why Humanity for Love is a no donation model. We do not collect any money. We do not give any money. We want people to open up their hearts, really, and feel that, yes, there's something I can do. It's so easy to give money. Okay, I'm earning X amount of money. How much do you need? You need 100,000? Okay, here we go. I have the money. I can give you. But where is his heart? We want it to come from the core of the being. He gives the money, he's very happy, he's tax exempted, very happy. It's a little portion of the big amount that he has. But when you have to actually open up your heart to another human being, that's a radical change. It's a radical change for the giver who opened up his heart, and it's a radical change for the receiver who receives that love. It changes things 100%.
So as Dr. Mary, you have said that you intend to change this through this Humanity of Love, 10 million lives. So tell us something about that few real life examples where change occurred, that turnaround has happened, a real life story. If you remember those two, three stories or one story, that so that we know that how you intend to make a change and how an individual can come to you and yes, definitely ask that yes, these are the changes which you aspire for. So just true life stories where changes have occurred.
I have made changes in people's lives because of my profession. As a doctor, I'm constantly there to help people, to guide them, to get them to be better. And I've taken another step forward, which is the mind-body-soul connection. I work very closely with my patients on this aspect. And it is also written in my book, The Break Free to Stand in Health and Vitality. I put in a lot of effort on that one. Because truly speaking, people become sick because of what is here. It's always mind over matter. If you can keep telling yourself you're healthy, even the things that, there are doctors who say that, oh, this patient only has another 6 months to live. They play God. I don't believe in that. I don't think any of us, mere mortals, have a right to play God and instill fear into the hearts of patients. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm going a step forward, and I'm also going a step forward into functional medicine, where we try to find out the root cause of a person's illness. I'm also beginning to think that, in all honesty, every disease can be cured. But we're supposed to say that. We're not supposed to say that. But I'm telling you, with the power of the mind, we are able to make changes, radical changes in our bodies. And a lot of doctors are also coming into this line of thought, and they're thought leaders in the medical industry. So I know time is going to bring those changes, and I look forward to that. Now, coming back to what I've done before, other than being with patients, talking to them, giving them the confidence and all of that, there are many instances where, you see, when it comes to Humanity for Love, we're not looking for huge news-breaking kind of work. A simple thing will do. For example, I think I mentioned to you about the Human Library. Now, a lot of us, even if it's not someone in 60s or 70s, someone in their 30s, they will have a lot of life experiences to share. So I am going to set up a human library where people will share for an hour something about their lives, which they want other people to know. Actually, it's already being done in Scandinavia. So I think it's in Denmark. So why don't we do that here? And wouldn't someone want to hear some wisdom from an older person? Yes. Everyone has something to share. You know, like in psychiatry, they say by the time a person is 35, they would have experienced something that is a deep, dark thing, and they can share that. So something like that. Or even, there's so many examples. There's so many. I always believe in uplifting a person. So I've done that all the time.
So you talked about this mind, body, and soul, and that is a great combination because because physically I might be ill, but most of the illness is mentally. We are sick sometimes, and mind, body, and this soul connection. So if a person comes to you for the first time, so how do you align that mind, body, and soul? Just a little bit. What initially what you do that this mind, body, and soul comes in alignment?
See, a lot of people do not understand this concept. So I am careful how I put it to my patient. I would, for example, test the waters and see how they understand esoteric, quantum physics, metaphysics. I try to understand how far they know about it. Now, if they know about it, then I will go straight away and say that, you know what, we are looking at, again, I will talk about karma. I will talk about the purity of consciousness. I would talk about why are we here on this planet, to clear up our consciousness and reach our state of enlightenment. I think every religion says that. Christians call it going to heaven, and Buddhists call it enlightenment. I'm sure all religions, they all say the same thing at the end of the day. So I always follow that. Now, I would say that about half of the people that I speak to can understand this, but the other half, they are just like, what is this about now? I thought I came here because of diabetes. and then it's like, oh, why are we talking about karma? So I try to make them understand, and I use Louis Hay's You Can Heal Your Life. That is my medical Bible. I use that book to make them understand the intricacies of our life, why we are here, how come we are here, what are we doing here, what is going on in our lives in people. And I can tell you another thing that I will share. I find that on this planet right now, I actually don't think anyone is 100% healthy. I know that's a very, very, what am I saying kind of thing, but think about it. How many people actually get 8 hours of sleep? From 10 to 6, we're supposed to be in deep rest, relax, and sleep. No. That means in medical terms, that is called sleep deprivation, insomnia, and is considered a disease. So take a look at that. So we're already all not well, and sleep is the basic foundation of health. There we go.
That's great. That's great. That sleep is definitely, and there are people who are 4 hours at their bed and they have just fresh. And sometimes they are for 10 hours, they are into their bed, but still they are not fresh. So that sound sleep is important. Yes, definitely. And for sleep, if a person is not able to sleep, that means that person is having anxiety, depression, or stress, or whatever things running in his or her mind. So that sleep pattern, to correct sleep pattern, again you go back to that what you do to correct this. Suppose only one aspect of sleep if we talk about.
Okay, sleep is very important. I've been doing research on sleep for a very, very long time. Now, the first thing, if someone tells me they have a sleep issue, straight away I go in. Okay, tell me about your life. And sometimes they're not willing to talk about it. So I just prompt them and ask them, is it your health? Is it your money issues? Is it your family issues? Something definitely is one of them. Definitely. It always falls into one of the three categories. And then we go in, and I have a team of doctors with me who would, let's say, for example, there's someone I feel that would help with inner healing and inner meditation and all of that. I have a doctor in India. She's based in Kerala. She does a fantastic job of extricating core wounds, core trauma in a person. I totally recommend this particular doctor, Dr. Sita Chandran, who is based in Kerala. She does a fantastic job of healing. So I always send my patients there. But some of them are skeptical. And they don't want to go into their inner selves because it's not a pretty sight. See, a lot of things that are deep inside us are not pretty. That's why people don't do healing. I always tell them, you keep avoiding or evading the truth by going externally. I go watch movies, I get a new girlfriend, I get a new boyfriend, go touring, this and that. But that's the stopgap measure. The real truth is we need to clean up inside. So that's what I do. And if they're willing, then of course I take them in that direction because ultimately that's what's needed. But if it's not, then I just give them lifestyle changes. Let's say someone has, osteoporosis. Oh, okay, yeah, I looked through the reports. I was just sharing this morning, the DEXA. Everyone does the DEXA. It is not clearly stated that DEXA is meant for Caucasians. The parameters given in the DEXA reading is not for Asians, it's for Caucasians. And this lady, she's in Canada and she's Indian. And I said, what? You've been diagnosed as osteoporotic? Hello, just take a look at the small little print at the corner there. This reading is for Caucasians. And she says, oh my God. And she said, she's going to go to a doctor straight away. Yeah. So there are these little things that I try and enlighten I believe in patient empowerment. Is one of my advocacies. So it's good to tell them, it's not what we see. There's a lot beyond it. I've got many examples of that. And I would say those are the things that I've done in the past. And I will bring all of this into Humanity for Love as well. Yeah.
Right. So, Dr. Mary, just you talked about that when a person comes and then a person, mostly what I personally believe is that there are people who are not in a position to share their intricacies of the life. For example, they are going through financial crisis or relationship crisis. They are not going to, they don't disclose. So they even go to a doctor also, but they are not able to disclose also. And it is the quality of the doctor to extract those things. As you said that there is a doctor in Kerala. My question is to you is there a way just you give a 10, 15 or 20 questionnaire to that person, and by filling that question, you are able to extract those things?
Yes, yes, we can do that. In homeopathy and Ayurveda, they have a questionnaire. I have copies of that. And they fill it up as honestly as they can. Even in psychiatry, we have a questionnaire to fill up, but that's only when you go to a psychiatrist. The normal doctor, we don't give a questionnaire to our patients and they'll fill up, fill up, fill up. No, we ask them. And whatever they feel like telling us, they tell us. And we have to do the detective work. Let's see now, like that. But what my experience is that I'm thankful that when people talk to me, they're able to open up. They're very comfortable to open up. And I don't judge anybody because everybody on this earth is going on a different journey. Who am I to judge them? And I just listen. And as I keep listening, they will start talking and I'll say, all right, yeah, okay. And I'm able to get the information out of them. Yes. So far, I've been good. But
so
if anyone is a little
what strategies do you adopt that people open up with you? Because you said that people open up with you.
Yeah, they do.
So that way, what strategies do you adopt?
I don't think
so that we can learn from those strategies that people open up.
I don't think I have a strategy because I go with the flow of the person. And maybe it's I make them feel comfortable. That's so important. I try to put myself in that person's place and try to make them comfortable. Right. I think that's.
So, Dr. Mary, you speak about this making agents of change. So, when the people people have got inspired and they change, then what is it that agents of change means what?
All right. Remember Mahatma Gandhi said, be the change that you want to see, right? He said that, yeah. So I always fall back on that one. Now, when we are agents of change, it's self-explanatory as in, we are the middlemen who create that change in the person who was before. Okay, we bring him here, he changes, and he's a better person. But that's it. So he has already become a changed person, and I am the agent of change. Now, to give another example, I'm also looking at university students because I believe that we should start at the younger generation. So I'm looking at university students. I've got a few of them who have already spoken to me. And they said, what do we do? What do you want us to do? So I said, okay, do you have anyone in your college who is hearing impaired, visually impaired, or any kind of a person with disabilities? Just choose one person, talk to that person, and see whether you can be a buddy to that person. And they say, wow, is that all I need to do? I said, yeah. And then they go, okay, I'll do that. And they go and help that person. I used to help a lot of visually impaired children when I was in school. Again, it's under the nuns, If I'm not going to the hospital reading the Bible, I'm in they call it the Princess Elizabeth School for the Blind. At that time, the word blind was being used. And I used to go and read to these children. And they're so happy. It's so nice to see them happy. And like if someone cared. And yeah, I could have been at home studying, but no, I feel happier and very fulfilled to be helping them. When I go back home, I study better.
Yes, that's great. That's great.
Yeah, so there are a lot of things we can do. And we don't have to do big things.
And Dr. Mary, you just mentioned that you go to university students and then ask them to find one person. That one person might be going through physical disabilities you can know. immediately those physical disabilities are visible.
Yes.
But what about this mental disabilities, which a person is going through traumas and all those things? And I'm sure that there are hundreds and thousands of people in this world, right from the age of 6 to 60. So they are going through those mental traumas. So what if we could change that life, and how can we find those persons? Is it possible that, yes, we can find that person so that my life is also changed? And in turn, that I can change the life of hundreds of other people.
All right. I'm going to speak from my own experience. I like to teach. And because my father, actually, he's an educator. So he's an educationist. He's the first person in Malaysia. Oh, let me tell you that bit. He's the first person in Malaysia who introduced long distance learning when that was never even heard of. And this was back in 1959. So he pioneered long distance learning in Malaysia. So education and teaching people, it comes in our family. You know, it's in our DNA. So I used to teach children. Okay, now you're asking me a question. How would you detect a child who's having some kind of mental trauma, right?
Right.
Yeah. First thing, poor results, low grades. The child comes to school every day. He does all his work, but exam time, he fails. That's one giveaway. Next giveaway, a child who always sits alone, no friends. No one talks to him, and he himself withdraws from people. Second giveaway. Third giveaway would be more of, I would say, externals, like, for example, the way they dress up, or the way they carry themselves. They walk slowly. They don't look at anyone. They're looking down. All these are giveaways. Coming to the results, I'll tell you this. I have a special program that can make a failed student an A student.
Great.
And I've done that many times. That's why I like to teach.
And that program, tell us something more about that program.
Yeah, it's actually Adam Khoo's program. Have you heard of Adam Khoo? He's based in Singapore.
No, I haven't heard. Tell us something about that. Yes.
Yeah. Adam Khoo has a book called I Am Gifted and So Are You. Because when he was a child, his teacher would call him, he's stupid, you're a useless fellow, you're this, you're that. It's something like Jim Quick. Oh, you know him, right? They said that Jim Quick is a man who has a broken brain, but today he's a memory master. Similarly, Adam Khoo wrote his program called I Am Gifted and So Are You. I read up his book and I even attended his seminars, and I used that on students who are weak. I tell you, they bloom. And what is the thing? I don't say anything. All I do is I give them confidence. When the teacher has called them stupid, or in Malay, they call it bodoh, in our Malaysian language. Bodoh means stupid. Or lembab. Lembab means you are so dull. This is what teachers do. And I can understand their frustration as well. It's not easy to teach a class of students, where some of them are just, sitting like this. It's not easy. But I believe what President Kalam said. Some of the best brains in the country are sitting at the back bench. I'm sure you've come across that. I'm always inspired by that quote. Therefore, my stand is that if a student is weak, sitting in the back bench, hey, you never know. It could be very, very intelligent.
So that program is particular. You just mentioned about the program. That program can be taught online for how duration or whatever. How one can, suppose one is interested to know more about it. So what this all program is about? That is the online program. That is a weekly program or hourly basis. So tell us something more about it.
Okay, when I do it, it's weekly.
Weekly.
I do it weekly. But you can also join Adam Poo's program. Of course, he's going to charge because it's his thing. I don't follow everything of his program, but I must give him credit for giving me the ideas to help students.
Right.
Yeah. And I charge those days, what was this? Was when I was in Malaysia. Very little. I just charge a little because for me, is I want the child to be doing well. And one of the children, now I can remember, he went, he's now a manager of a company. When before, he did not even know the difference between yes and no.
Oh.
If I ask the question, I know the answer is yes. He will tell me, he'll look like that and he's saying, and he's trying to figure out, what should I say? And then you say, no. No, are you sure? And I try to warm up that child. And he's doing so well now. I mean, give me a child, I'll make him a genius.
That's great.
That I can tell you. I'm not afraid to say that.
Right. So, Dr. Mary, you have also written 2 books. Tell us something about this books briefly, so that this one can, of course, they can at least, that is the simplest and easiest thing people can do is read your book. So tell us something about your 2 books.
All right. The first book was Break Free to Stand in Your Power. And that one, actually, both the books is compiled by a Toastmaster friend of mine whose name is Seema Giri. She's based in the United States. And what she did is she got hold of people who wanted to share their stories. So their empowerment stories or empowering stories, all of them were women. No, one of them was a guy. He's based in Texas, I think. So all of us together, we shared our story about how we empowered ourselves. And she had a very compelling story of how she could not even walk. She had a condition, she could not even walk. Doctors had given up on her, but she said, no, I am going to walk. And she shares how she did it. That's the power that we all hold inside of us. And we don't use it. If only all of us could use that power within us, we can move mountains. I'm not joking. We can move mountains. And we can also help people move their mountains. I can assure you of that. Yeah. So that's the book. The second book is on a Break Free to Health and Vitality. It's also Seema Giri and a few of us who got together and shared our stories of how we can get back our health and vitality. And that's the one I mentioned that I spoke about the mind, soul, and body connection.
Right.
Right.
So, Dr. Mary, if some of the audiences, because this through this podcast, if some of the audiences want to connect you, so to get the guidance about this mental health, physical health, or whatever these things, so then online definitely, because you are in the Philippines, and then we can connect you. So then, is there a way to connect you, or how that person should proceed, or you can just tell us something about it? Because I think that in India there are hundreds and thousands of people who are going through these issues, and as well as not only physical issues but mentally issues, emotional, and then all those things. So one, if I finds, yes, if I can have a talk with Dr. Mary and get rid of those things for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or 15 minutes, if I can talk to Dr. Mary, maybe that my life changes. So how that person can connect with you? Tell us something about that.
You can always get me on email, or you can always get back to me through the Humanity for Love website, or you can always get through me. Yeah, I think email and the website would be the best. So my WhatsApp is full.
Share your email so that this people can just pause and then listen to your email.
I will just say it. Yeah, it's drmarythomas09@gmail.com. Very easy. drmarythomas09@gmail.com.
That's great.
I would reply.
Right.
And I'm not here to grab the person. I want to see how they feel comfortable in working with me or with getting my ideas. That's how I work. Because
This because time is running fast and there are so many questions left. I had a list of 10-15 questions, but I think that we could only speak about only 2-3 questions. So okay, tell us something about your this future plans. You have plans to be a TEDx speaker on you are speaking on this love. So tell us something about this your TEDx speech, how you are preparing, and what you intend to do through that speech.
All right, my TEDx speech is definitely about love because that's the topic that I can speak just like that. It just comes to me. What I want to relay to the world is that if all of us were to just try to open up a little window in our heart. It isn't, like I said, we don't have to be Mother Teresa. We don't have to be Nelson Mandela. We don't have to be Mahatma Gandhi. We can just open up a little window in our heart. Light will shine through that. And that light connects with the universe, with God. And God will do the rest. Now, if you're an atheist, it's still fine. Because when you open up your heart, that little window is connecting to the inner universe within us. The whole thing is that we have to open up our heart. So that is the premise of my speech. I haven't actually got around to put it all there, but it's all here. And I know I'll come up with something, but it will definitely be a topic on love. And I just remembered that one of our projects we're doing right now with Humanity for Love is a collaboration with Hope to Walk, based in the United States. Now, what are they doing? They're doing fantastic work. And there are millions of people, patients, who are amputees, and they become immobile, they're not themselves anymore. So Hope to Walk, which is founded by a gentleman by the name of Philip Johnson, assisted by a surgeon, Dr. Stephen Bui, both of them together are going around the world fitting prosthetic legs for free. So I'm very excited about this project, and they're coming to Philippines and Malaysia. I'm very excited about it. And there we go. It's opening. When a person is getting back their lives, what do you think they're feeling? They have love in their hearts. They have gratefulness. They have thankfulness. That's already a window open.
That's great.
And I'm coming to India as well.
Sure. You are most welcome because there is a lot to do in India itself. Yes. And I believe that there are millions of people who are having these challenges, whether physical health or mental health or this emotional health issues, those challenges. And there is a hope for everyone. So that is the thing. If they have not found out the right person who can help them. So that means, but they should keep in mind one thing only. Yes, there is hope. Then rest of the things, as you mentioned, that universe will do its role and then connect with the person who can change his or her life.
Absolutely.
So, that's great. And it was wonderful talking to you. And I think that we need to go in detail about this, the more things which you are pursuing. But right now, this time does not permit that we should prolong this episode. But there are many things which I believe that we can discuss, and we can again invite you on the podcast. I want to invite you on the podcast about this brain power. That is the emotional health, mental health issues. And this is a specific issue which people need. And I think that our podcast simply can be on this, one on this emotional health, one on this mental health, and one on specific where you there are so many things that we can have a series of podcast on this health issues. But
Yes.
now, as the time does not permit, so what are your last minute message to our audience on Voices of Inspiration?
Open your heart. I know it's not easy, but it can be done. And as you mentioned so correctly, hope is one of the factors. And when you have that hope, somehow doors will open. And yeah, that's what I want people to know. Is that it's not rocket science. It's simple. People are afraid because I have to do so many things. I've got to do this, mantras, meditation, chakras, and this and that. No. Yeah. We are all beings of love.
Mhm.
At the moment, it's all closed. We just want to open it.
That's great. So, Dr. Mary, thank you so much for coming to our podcast. I'm sure that this talk will inspire not only these thousands of people, but millions of people. They will get inspired, and maybe that those people will connect with you. And then definitely those people can be agents of change as you are looking for. So, thank you so much. Thank you once again. Namaskar.
Anyway.